2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
It's always fun to look around and see fans singing our Star-Spangled Banner. Getting in the spirit. It'll be a good one tonight. Don't go away. Getting in the spirit. It'll be a good one tonight. Don't go away. It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brett Barrett. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. DA, it's all yours.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the son of longtime NBA assistant coach Brendan Malone, who was on the staff with the late Chuck Daly in Detroit when the Pistons won back-to-back NBA titles. Malone's dad told him not to get into coaching with his nomadic lifestyle and volatility. Michael said, "I knew the pitfalls. My father said, all right, if you're going to be a coach, be a great coach. If you have a passion, you've got to follow that passion." Kevin?
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. We've got great athletes tonight, Brent. Much of this game we think will be above the rim.
This is going to be fantastic. I hope we get out into some fast breaks where these guys have an opportunity to get their feet together, rise up, and get the fan. Not only them getting up, Kevin, but the fans getting up out of their seats.
You and I will be getting up.
You for sure will be up.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Craig in at the 3 spot. And for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the point guard. So the Nuggets win the tip. And it's Ball in at the point guard. So the Nuggets win the tip. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. Murray surveying the D. Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Ball. Murray, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one. And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. And so the New Orleans lets it go with the 3. No good that time. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. No good that time. Here's Ingram, and it's blocked, but they recover it. Williamson, the pass to Ingram, it's blocked. Craig pulls it in.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
How about the huge wingspan of Ingram? Really causing the opposition a number of problems.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Here's Craig. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Right wing. Here's Craig. They get it again. Jokic, no good.
Kev, I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
And at 6'9", Ingram is constantly on the prowl for these dunks. An incredible athlete who just finishes with ease near the hoop.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. Now Harris. 6 to shoot. Free throw line jump shot. 6 to shoot. Chance shot. And Jokic lays it up and in.
A little bit of hustle, a little bit of energy. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass. A little bit of hustle, not quitting on these possessions. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass.
Here's Williamson. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit was when they made the decision between their two bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends.
Now here's Williamson. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Capable of doing some real damage. Give Williamson the rock in a spot like that, and he is going to burn you.
Here's Harris. Here's Millsap. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Oh, and he likes the mid-range, Jay. You have to get right up on him if you want to stop it. Oh, and he likes the mid-range, Jay. You have to get right up on him if you want to stop it.
Ball against Murray. There's the three. Ball, no good. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. No good. 6-point game. And so it's Jokic with it. They get it back. Harris. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. They get it
Gary
back.
Harris, the more he plays, the more he's going to understand where the ball's going to end up that time getting on the offensive glass.
Now here is Holiday. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Now here is Holiday. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. First quarter of play. Now the pass to Jokic. Just over 3.5 minutes in. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Pelicans. And then for Denver, Jeremy Grant, who's checked in for Torrey Craig. Malik Beasley comes in for Jerry Harris. And Barton subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Barton. Pass to Grant. Now here's Barton. Pass to Grant. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, he's so active. You got to box Grant out. When the shot goes up, he'll get to the offensive glass, and he rises up off the floor pretty quick.
Here is Favors.
He rises up off the floor pretty quick.
Here is Favors. Pass to Redick. And here is Williamson. By Beasley. And that one's good. Williamson.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
And offensively, how do the Pelicans go from good to elite?
Well, raise your hand if you want more shooting. And I can see David Griffin raising his hand. That's what it's about for these guys. Tough to win in this league if you don't have the floor spacing. They're going to play at a great pace, but man, could they use a few shooters.
What amazes me about watching Williamson, his lift into the air, it's so effortless. His lift into the air, it's so effortless.
Here's Millsap. And it's off the back rim, no good. New Orleans leading by 6. And it's off the back rim, no good. Ingram right side. Count it. Ingram's got 8 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Barton kicks to Jokic.
Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Millsap in the corner. Another miss by Millsap.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him. Right now, this is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Pass it to Ingram. 19 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the wide open shot from Redick connects from 3-point range.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Barton outside for a 3. Millsap. He's off on that one. And so it's New Orleans. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we'll be back with you shortly. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. That is the thing I play like when I know like 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That's like I think it's passion. Basketball is I think it's passion. Always in my life.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game. There's an artistry and a freedom.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And the Pelicans have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, Porter is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Plumlee. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Beasley in at the 2. Then there's Plumlee. Now here's Williams. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Beasley in at the 2. Now here's Williams. From about 19 feet. And misses it off the right side of the rim. 19 feet. The Nuggets trail by 13. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Barton finds Beasley.
They've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Barton finds Beasley. Plumlee with it. Working on Hayes. Here's Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. GA drops it after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably haven't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
And Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. He grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach. From a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
Free throw good. Porter. Brett, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well played. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the more you hear about Drew Holiday, a magnetic personality. He really connects with his teammates.
It'll be very interesting to watch the growth of Drew Holiday in that aspect this year, Kevin, with all of the additions of young, unrealized talent. Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. Drew Holiday has got to be much more of a conductor this year, along with keeping his levels of performance elite. Along with keeping his levels of performance elite.
The first one falls.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA. By the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
So much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Plumlee dishes to Morris. Hits it from 3-point range. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face. Somebody has to be there
The pass to Hayes.
in the shooter's face.
Here's Hart, guarded by Porter. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Holiday. Guarded by Porter. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Holiday. Rebound by the Nuggets. Rebound by Here's Murray. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got his first bucket in this one. And he drops in the
Meeting the defense with a tenacious will to score. Murray giving you that effort. With a tenacious will to score. Murray giving you that.
Here's Hart, guarded by Porter. Here's Hart, guarded by Morris against Holiday. Back to Hart, takes the three. That shot off the mark. And the Nuggets going the other way. That shot picked him clean. And the Nuggets going the other way. Picked him clean. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Murray. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. He's covered by Murray. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. No good. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
A great season for the Nuggets last year, winning the Northwest Division. A tough way to go out in the postseason for them as they lost to the Portland Trail Blazers. But overall, a terrific direction and lots of room to grow that has them excited about the Denver Nuggets competing at an elite level this season.
Holiday, the pass to Hayes.
At an elite level this season.
It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Hayes has got his first bucket of the night.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Jeremy Grant. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Michael Porter. And Harris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now, here is Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First one falls for him.
And New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
You just said Big Easy in New Orleans, and I saw Kevin Harlan's head whip over here because I know what he's thinking about. Food, baby.
That's right,
food. But whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a tremendous culture. Whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a
And Morris drops them both. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Can you say that? We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor. And when you find those guys are really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. And free throw good from Williamson.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school, and that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
Martin's checked in for the Nuggets.
He's a full-fledged star on the rise.
Martin's checked in for the Nuggets. And so he hits both.
You just watch Zion Williamson, and everybody's so curious about where it is that he fits positionally. We do know this. In terms of his power and athleticism, he's already elite. And in this league, he's going to find ways to make contributions. And where he likes to hang his hat is the way he plays defensively. And for a young player to gravitate towards that, that's something special.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alden.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
All right, David, a welcome change. Thank you.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
The Nuggets shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season. And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, it's interesting when Jokic is playing with Nurkic and they cleared the room for Jokic to take over at the center position. He's taken on that responsibility. He's taken on the star role. He's accepting it and excelling at it.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Beasley's checked in.
And excelling at it.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. No good on the second free throw.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
The Nuggets trail by 13. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Martin passes to Millsap. Over Ingram. Jokic trying to free himself up.
In addition to being superb on offense, he's also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Redick surveying the D. And we've reached halftime in this one. New Orleans on top. They lead by 13. Time now for the halftime break. With the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. With the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. A tremendous start for Zion Williamson. He had 12 points and 5 rebounds. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Everyone talks about the athleticism of Zion Williamson. In the first half, he also showed us his skill. Yes, he did. Loves to handle the ball. He's developing more moves down low. I must say, I'm impressed. It just makes it easy for him to get to the rim.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Denver?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to
That's going to
start.
do it for our halftime show.
See you again after the final. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own. Showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
New Orleans leading by 13.
And the Nuggets, one of the better offensive teams in the league, but they play at a slower pace.
They played last year at the fourth slowest pace in the league. Maybe one of those reasons is the fives that they use in Jokic and Plumlee coming off the bench are not the most agile players in the league. Got to wait for those guys to get their way down into possessions in the half court. But when they were down there, they were pretty effective and pretty tough to stop. But
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. We've got a moment. Let's so for New Orleans right now, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. At the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And he knocks down the first one.
one area after watching Denver over the course of the past 2 years showing what they can do offensively is for them to improve on the defensive end of the floor. About middle of the pack last year, they can get into that top five. They become very formidable as a finals team. They can get into that top five. They become very formidable as a
both shots good from the stripe. And for the Nuggets, I think they concede, Brent, that defense is a work in progress.
Well, that's why they jumped, though, last year, Kevin. 2 years ago, they were at the very bottom of the league, and last year showed some signs of getting some cohesion on that end of the floor. If they get into that top five, Kevin, this team could be on their way to the NBA Finals.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now, here's Jokic. Pass to Millsap. Over Williamson. Misses off the left eye.
It's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Harris against Holiday. There's the dish to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Banked in off the glass. 6 on the shot. Favors got 4 this quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Here's Ball. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Here's Ball. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And that one's good by Favors.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Harris outside. Back to Murray. Harris outside. Passes it to Jokic. Over Favors. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got his second basket of the night.
You could just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Alvin Gentry has seen a lot in his time around the NBA, and last year in New Orleans, really no different. Injuries and trade demands from their top player was about trying to keep things together. I don't know, maybe the reward of all that was the roster that he has in front of him now. So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And sometimes when a new front office takes over, a coaching change comes next. But Alvin Gentry continues as head coach with the Pelicans.
Well, a good reason for that is the previous relationship that Alvin Gentry had with David Griffin during their times in Phoenix. They've done a tremendous job of setting the table here, a new infusion of talent, different coaches, a change in front office, a new direction from the ownership group. And this is going to give Alvin Gentry the runway to grow and learn with some tremendous young players.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Jeremy Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. Porter's checked in for Torrey Craig. And Monte Morris subbed in for Gary Harris. Porter's checked in for Torrey Craig. And so he makes both from the line.
And last season, the shadow of Anthony Davis's trade request hanging over this Pelicans franchise. A lot to wrestle with.
Yeah, it was an interesting year for the organization with all the news on AD wanting that trade and then nothing happening and then resting him. But I'll tell you what, this wasn't just something where that problem was swept under the rug. The Pelicans decided to just blow that all away. New leadership in the front office, ownership, a revamped roster, the first overall pick in Zion Williamson. The excitement in New Orleans after that trade is on an all-time high. The excitement in New Orleans after that trade is on an all-time high.
The first free throw is good.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for New Orleans. Redick comes in for Ball. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He's with the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Grant. Here's Murray. The kick out to Porter. On the wing, Morris. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Porter. On the wing, Morris. The Nuggets with another miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. It's a +5 advantage for them.
Feeds to Hayes.
After that one.
There's the pass to Alexander Walker. Feeds to Hayes. There's the pass to outside for Redick. Over Morris. The shot by Redick, no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Porter looking it over. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Redick.
It was a terrific sophomore season for Monte Morris. One of the best assist-to-turnover ratio guys in the league. The former Iowa State Cyclone got a lot of rotation minutes and was huge in the playoffs as he came in as a spark plug off the bench.
He's off on the first. And for Morris Brent, a great success story on a two-way contract play.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the Nuggets in the way that they operated their G League team and the way that Monte Morris was able to develop with a lot of minutes there and then come in and be an impact player. More and more teams being conscientious of how they're using the G League. Monte Morris, a success story from that sort of production.
Well, one thing that Nuggets fans can rest easy on is this team has its core in place.
No doubt about that. There's a lot to like about the future of the Denver Nuggets with Jokic at that center position and the huge extension signed this offseason by Jamal Murray. That's a fantastic duo between your 5 and your point guard to build on.
Here's Morris. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Here's Morris. Zion Williamson making his last Morris against Holiday, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Clock at 6. Brent kicks to Beasley. Shoots over Redick. No good from Beasley. Kicks to Beasley.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Denver. And the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the Pelicans have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether. They were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And the first one drops.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And the first one drops.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
So he gets them both. 1:06 left to play here in the third. 1:06 left to play here in the Holiday against Morris. Holiday against Morris. Here's Plumlee, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
That's what most want to see from Plumlee. Attack mode, pound the boards, have the confidence to finish off those kind of plays.
Pass to Hayes.
Have the confidence to finish off those kind of plays.
He dishes it to Redick. On the wing, Holiday. Covered by Morris. On the wing, New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Williamson. And again, New Orleans has no up. The Nuggets shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. The Nuggets shooting around 24%. Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
To come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now.
There's 18 seconds left in the third. There's 18 seconds left in the third. Holiday against Barton. Holiday against Barton. Outside Holiday. Here's Hayes. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. 1 second left. Holiday's off the mark. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. Very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. And here's Beasley. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with Will Barton. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. He's out there. There's Vanderbilt. Traps in the tray.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Here's Holiday. Makes it off the glass.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. Continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain.
Here's Barton. Pass to Vanderbilt. Back to Barton. Here's Barton. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Back to Barton. Passes it to Jokic. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And Okafor with the block. Passes it to Jokic. And Okafor with the block. Here's Hart. Barton defending. Hart, that's good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
So it's Denver now.
So it's Denver now.
Easily outside. The pass to Jokic. A three ball. Easily and again, Denver with the triple. The pass to Jokic.
Man, I love it when Jokic has these kind of nights, just showing off every facet of his game, even effective out to 25 feet. Every facet
Here's Hart.
of his game, even effective out to 25 feet.
Here's Hart. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his sixth rebound on the night. Denver grabs the miss. Vanderbilt's shot is good. Vanderbilt's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Here's Holiday. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
Now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, smiles on their face. That's what they want. Holiday very skilled at getting to that spot and hitting a J.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Yeah, and his shot selection, iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench. Lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench.
Denver making a switch here. Denver making a switch here. Here's Craig. Pass to Jokic. Millsap trying to get open. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Brent, passing is just one of the many things that Jokic does well on the floor.
Well, it doesn't look pretty at times, and there's not a ton of athleticism, but the cerebral play of Jokic, and then for teams to try to prepare Kevin defensively for a team offensively that plays from a point center, that's a bit of a mind job night in and night out. Denver's done such a great job of accentuating the skill set of Nikola Jokic. Done such a great job of accentuating the skill set of Nikola Jokic.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP.
And Jokic drops them both. And Jokic. Pelicans leading by 22. Pass to Williamson. Pelicans leading by 22. The 10-footer. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Down low. And Millsap stops it in.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Ball, the pass to Favors.
It can make him so much
He kicks
better
to
and so
Holiday.
much more open.
Ball, the pass to Favors. He kicks to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Williamson dishes to Ingram. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint. Some good interior crucial points here as
The feed
Murray's
to Holiday.
staying active in the paint.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 5 here tonight.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket. That gets to him.
Here's Craig.
Whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Craig. Back to Jokic. The shot from the low post is good. Jokic has got 9 points here in the second half.
This is a nice battle inside. It's a matchup where Jokic has the size and the moves to probably take advantage of the defense.
Passes it to Williamson.
And the moves to probably take advantage of the defense.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Paul Millsap picks one up. Well, if there was ever a no-doubt #1 pick, it is Zion Williamson. Brent New Orleans jumps at the chance to draft him.
Yeah, hard to think of a transition where you have a transcendental star in Anthony Davis in the 7 seasons he gave to the Pelicans, that Zion Williamson would come in and almost make you, and I don't mean this in a bad way, Kevin, but forget about AD. There's that much excitement and enthusiasm around what the talent set is and the skill set of this young star player could be. Around what the talent set is and the skill set of this young star player could be.
No good on that one. Gary Harris is checked in for Denver. No good on that one. Gary Harris is checked in for Denver. And he's good on the second. And he's good on the second. Now here's Murray. Now here's Murray. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. 1:56. And that'll be his third foul so far. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the pass to Vanderbilt. And the pass to Vanderbilt. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Pass to Hernan Plumlee in the post. Working on Okafor. Plumlee, no luck.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for New Orleans.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Zion Williamson.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you. And then finding it, that's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
That free throw missing. That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw.
You know, the team struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws. The team
Pelicans leading by 22.
He really wanted all of those free throws.
Pelicans leading by 22. Ball feeling it out a bit. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And 2 free throws.
Well, a new start for Lonzo Ball, part of that massive Anthony Davis trade over the summer. And for Lonzo, things not working out in L.A. I wonder if being away from everything that L.A. offers up is going to allow Lonzo to focus back in both on playing and on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season. And on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season.
And that one misses. And with the Pelicans, ball can be quite dangerous in an Alvin Gentry offense.
Yeah, this up-tempo style that Alvin likes to play, a lot of it borrowed from the 7 seconds or less offense of Mike D'Antoni, is going to be very exciting. They could be a league pass team as Lonzo Ball loves to advance it with the pass, finding players like Ingram, Holiday, and of course Zion Williamson on the break could lead to some exciting basketball in the Bayou.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
In the Bayou.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And he makes the first. And he makes the first. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
Here's more. He can't get it to go. And the Nuggets going the other way. He can't get it to go. And the Nuggets Craig passes to Vanderbilt. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Craig passes. Pass to Plumlee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Vanderbilt, covered by Okafor. 5 on the clock. Here's Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt the pass to Craig. Pulls up. And again, Denver no good. Pulls up. And again, Denver no good. Here's Melli. Here's Melli. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil here at home with a competitive matchup. What got you guys over the top tonight? Here at home with a competitive
to stand together as a team, playing as hard as we could. The fans were great, and we wanted to play good for them.
And you surely did, Jalil. Thanks a lot for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.